Hello folks, I'm Cav, and welcome to this stream. I appear to be a little bit washed out right now, but that's fine because I can quickly just try to... Where's my camera? Where are they? Go. Make myself a little bit less washed out by turning down the ISO. There we go. I look a little bit more emo as well as a result, so... Sure. I'm also very happy. I've recently worked on how the fans of my computer work, which means suddenly could go in the middle of this stream, but ideally not. But let's talk for a couple of minutes. I'm going to change out this room. Do an EAWRC for a different one. Going to be using my Fanatec formula in for this one. Got the advanced panel module. Give it a go. No reason to be using my shifter today because, after all, we don't have classic cars in this one, but F125 is finally here. We're currently in the middle of unpacking. So once that's done, we'll be able to give it a go. What I might do is I might open up my Firefox in the middle of this and run through the changes that we know have come with this one. Momentary glitch there. But yes, we have updated circuits, for example. So 5 tracks get the LiDAR treatment. Bahrain, Miami, Melbourne, Suzuka, and Imola. We're also going to have reverse tracks at Silverstone, Zandvoort to the Red Bull Ring. Changes to weather effects. And changes to surrounding parts of the track. Now what we can do, since I do still have it installed, is whilst we wait for this, we can go through F1 24. But I think for an apples for apples comparison, let's go with... Oh. I think we should go with a circuit that we currently have in something like AC Evo, because we have LiDAR scans in that one, so that we can get a bit of a baseline. We'll see if it messes up the unpacking of F1 25 if I fire up AC Evo first. Hoping it won't. And then we get a baseline for what kind of things we see in ACFO, and then what we can compare it to in F1 25. Does that sound fair? I think it sounds fair. Oh dear. Will I do this again? Yeah, I believe we have both Imola and Suzuka, don't we? Let's try and stay somewhat on brand for F1, shall we? So yeah, what we're going to do here is drive a lap around Imola, so we can create all the reference points, and then we'll drive around Suzuka for the reference points. These are the two tracks that have got changes between 24 and 25 that we have in other sims. Miami has not, as of yet, ended up in iRacing. Okay, here we go. So yeah, these are the kind of things that we need to expect. Oh, I just thought LMU will have an updated Bahrain, won't it? Yeah, I'll be interested to see how these curves behave. The gravel out to the right, that's new. That was a more recent change. So now in iRacing, I've been here recently in iRacing, it's still runoff. I think it's still runoff in the F1 game for 24. Oh yeah, there's a partial resurface. That's the thing. Both Suzuka and Imola have had partial resurfacings. But I don't know how much longer it's going to take to do all of this stuff for F1, so we've done a reference lap. Currently 36% of the way through the unpacking. That'll be enough time to do Suzuka. And then boot up LMU for a Bahrain comparison. Now you can hear my fans whirring up. Best fans. Sorry I had to. Speeding? How? I believe AC Evo doesn't have the resurfacing works in here, but it's the first sector that's a different material. Because Super Formula was the first series to race on the resurfaced Suzuka. I believe it's just all the way through the S's. I believe it's only the East Circuit got resurfaced. So what we should see in the F1 game is almost a seam between here. I'm understeering a bit, but I think that's because, as Jimmy Broadbent pointed out, when they did the update, they put stability control in as default. Obviously, I'm not expecting the handling to be apples to apples. Let alone because I don't believe F125 has a Super Cup in it. This is very much for visual references. I know Cody's have said cherry blossoms in Suzuka. Yeah, the things we're looking for, things like these, the curbing, and how the car interacts with it, differences in material, different textures, and buildings, like, see there. Oh, and the new Suzuka logo. Wonder if you keep the DRS open into turn 1. Either way, I'm in the no TC variant, and I've just done the good old-fashioned thing, you know,
Spinella.
So I think we jump across to LMU quickly. And then we'll go across into F125. I've still got F124 installed as well, so if we absolutely have to, find ways to kill time. But we're already at 41%. I might load up F124 and we can go. Right, this is what Imola currently looks like, this is what Australia currently looks like, this is what Bahrain currently looks like. And then we can get an apples for apples comparison. It's annoying, to be honest, though, that it doesn't, unpack, even if you've installed it, till after, thingy. We're at 50%, so that rate we should be done unpacking maybe half an hour. I'm not going to be able to get my world record this time, am I? Bit jarring now when my fans cut out. It's like, uh-oh. Although it's a good sign because it means that my PC is cool enough. It also makes me worry, because like, is the PC about to cut out? Alright, here we are then. Le Mans Ultimate. Let's build some references around Bahrain. Now, one of the things is, I know people used to be very critical about the amount of lights that there were in the F1 games. That actually seems to be quite accurate. Again, we'll be looking out for the curbing. Well, that curbing's very wide. Now, I believe this is the same one that's in R Factor 2. Now, unlike the other two that we've done, Bahrain still has its original surface, which is, what, nearly 20 years old. I expect those track limits to be pushed quite a bit. Ooh. I think we boot up F124 for a bit now, having been spooked by Mustang. Unless we'll quickly check if 25 is ready. We're at 52%. Yippee. See, my friends are already in 25. Why? Why are they allowed in 25 and I'm not? Let me in! Let me in!
Okay, that's 60 seconds to go. Fire up, please.
Multifunction Bravo for position 1. The positive on the stain.
There we go.
Your gap ahead is 30 to Russell. Clutch position was 1% shallow.
We've got a yellow turn 3, yellow turn 3. Clear now, clear.
And straight out, straight out.
That's one thing I'm expecting to have in 25 is it's going to ask me to set up how to drive on my page shifter. So it was Australia, Miami, Bahrain, Imola, and Suzuka. We'll do Australia, then we'll do Miami, then we'll check how the unpacking is going, and then we'll do the other two, the other three, if we need to. So yeah, we've got the wider bit there at 3. And this wider section here. I'm going to blame that on the game momentarily glitching. And yeah, Miami is coming to iRacing in the future. So we'll get a heavy duty sim racing comparison as well. Maybe within the next year. Orlando in 2024, the way I just went into T1. Alright, now we've done them. Quickly check. I have a feeling it'll be around 60%. 65%. That means we've got enough time to quickly run through other three. Bahrain next. Take a step further. We're gonna go now to Bahrain at night. That's what we currently have, so expect more curbage. The Cassia Triangle. Yeah, you should in theory show a surface to change about now. I took out a brake marker there or something, didn't I? Right. May take an interlude after this. Depending on how we're doing, we're at 89%. So we may full well be ready to go. Now, I recently did a full Grand Prix here in iRacing, and the Imola one isn't... It's not particularly old. Compared to some of the others, which I think the Bahrain one might even go back, if not 2010, then maybe 2014. The Imola one I think is the newest. Oh no, Miami would be. Miami came in what, 22? 23? The Imola came in with 21. Yeah, big changes would be like more gravel traps, for example. Especially as we saw an ACE Evo last here. There we go. Thank you, F124. Going to take a quick interlude, and when we get back, we'll be in with the new. We'll be on F125. See you in a few minutes. I hear my PC whirring up. Get rid of that bit now. That can go. Ah, vanished. There we go. Which version do we have? Do we have the one we call a Pinto? Nope, Duan made it in. Okay. That's what I needed to see. They've updated it for the, what? 3 races?
Get in there, Lewis. That's it, mate. That's the 100.
Oh, we get Bono as well. Is this because Icon Edition is Lewis Hamilton? Hang on, that's a 100. That's
Championship wasn't won today, mate, but it was won through a season of solid work.
What an amazing accomplishment. Could have done it without you. Thank you.
Oh, is this the I promised not to use this on nukes? You have to use the pedals to scroll, do you? B13, okay. It's annoying though, I'm pressing the brake, but it's not properly. Not doing a slow scroll. Just fast scroll, but not slow scroll. Where's the do not put on the nuke clause? What's that said about unplayable? Oh. Digital updates. Oh my god, a class action waiver. EA login. Try out that track a little bit Q. I think that's new for this year.
I hear the silence around me. I breathe better when drowning. 1, 2, 3, it's not like I'm counting. Whoa, whoa.
Oh, and I just thought immediately I'm about to get copyrighted, aren't I? No, I want to do the sound thing first. Come on, where are you? Where are you?
Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes, delighted to say that we're joined today by Anthony Davidson.
Should be able to run an Ultra Max. Got a 40 series.
Welcome to F1 World, a journey through the
UI's a
sport
different
of
size
events
now.
based around. As you play, you'll learn. Along the way, you'll find. So, this is what we call the. Feel free.
So this stuff is similar. Let's see how many people have done this already. I might switch it to wet if there's like one that seems reasonable already on there. Okay, yeah. Is there not a way to switch this to wet? There's a way to switch it.
It's time for you to start. This is where you choose your.
And it's Ferrari.
Radio check.
Hey, got an achievement in the zone. Look in your van zone choices.
This is. It'll let.
I thought they used to. Did they remove wet time trials? Boo. They removed wet time trials. Already people said they competitive times in all of them. No. Shanghai might be a shout. Or if first and foremost would be Kimi Antonelli, maybe.
Okay, well done. Looks like you've activated rewind.
Ah!
So you
Hi, Mark. That was by accident. I didn't mean to. I wanted to change to cockpit.
AI is giving control to you. 4th gear. 5th gear. 4th gear. 3rd gear. 4th gear. 5th gear. AI is now taking control. AI is giving control to you.
Geez, that's not what I wanted. Okay, that's my thing. I love how it's used my previous lap to indicate the line. Ah! Actually, there we go, use rival setup. Oh! So close. that was an awful line. I know I can make up here. The close I'm, the words I'm looking for to say how close I'm getting to using expletives and my frustration. I want the world record, damn it! I don't care if I lose it, like, within a day, or even within an hour. Be able to say for a moment that I held a world record in F125. I've done it every year since 2017. No! Drat. I need to redo the binds as well, because these binds are throwing me all through a loop. There we go! World record! We got it. You're currently top of the leaderboard. Okay. Now that we are world record holders once again in the F1 game, I can happily try out the new stuff. Woo! A bit of a workout, that one. I think what I'd do is actually stick on equal performance to try out the rescan tracks, right? So Albert Park up first. Oh yeah, you can see the repositioning right away of the stadium. new curbing. Is this a from the ground up restructuring, or? Whoopsie. Well, still valid somehow. Oh yeah. Feel the difference there. Now I've got the wall right next to the track there. Oh, that's a bit jarring though, the way that the lighting interacts with the building. Yeah, the width's changed through here. Braking markers moved for that section now. Oh, so it was invalid. Yeah, it feels different. Hang on, was that invalid again? What did I do invalidation at that time? I don't know, either way. Go to Suzuka now. I would say this though, which is I changed monitors during this last game cycle. And this one feels a lot better on my monitor than the last game. In that it's a lot more seamlessly 100 frames per second. Yeah, I can see the difference there with the tarmac. The curbing doesn't feel the most accurate. There we go, there's the changing in tarmac. I thought that it went the whole way along. Might be this a year-old scan or something. Change there. Ooh, there's a difference in the skybox there. Like the grass next to the track's been on fire as well, so got the realistic experience. Yeah, there used to be a weird disconnect between the turning for the S's where you could have a moment, or not a moment, more an instant where you can just relax. Curving feels more aggressive now. Oh, bottomed out in the curve there. Ooh. Right, next up's Bahrain. We'll do day and night for that. Oh yeah, this feels different. Oh, that's very different. There's a wider curve that I talked about at LMU. Right, so we've validated, we're gonna change it to midnight so we see the difference. The night and day difference. Oh, the reflections are much nicer. Could have worded that, but oh well. Ooh. That was strange there, the way that the light sort of warped. They're all doing that. I don't know if you see that. Like a weird hitbox cube of distortion as well. If you look up to the right hand side of the halo, you see it. Didn't mean to do that, but that's fine. Now we move to Miami. We'll do Miami and then we'll go one of the reverse tracks. Thanks to the other Lexi, but I tend to just stream by myself, just here and there, just for fun. Hang on, I felt a handling difference when I opened DRS. There's a sudden jolt in the controls. Okay, marker boards have changed, they're a lot smaller. Positioning of the track furnish has changed as well. Camber gradient inclines, all of that has changed. Curbing has a 3D feel to it. I've just sailed past that. I'll do an unsafe rejoin to Fernando Alonso now. Whack. That felt different. Felt like the right-hander was a lot more open than in previous games. Yeah, that's opened up a lot more. Don't know if that's more realistic. It still doesn't feel natural, which is one of the things that catches drivers out. DHL board's a good marker point. Cool. And then we'll go to the last one. Let's do Imola. I'm ready to see what it means. Yeah, turtles are gone. I can see the change there with the grapple. Curves. There's the grapple on the outside. Yeah, cool. Yeah, there's still a couple places where this feels slightly wider. Those houses feel a lot more realistic as well, but when you do the comparison, like the apples for apples comparison between, let's say, AC Evo, I think LMU gets the fans right. Let's say comparing AC Evo to F1 25. Because iRacing Scan is old, and old at that. Yeah, this feels much better. Yeah, you can use the curbs. You can't absolutely monster them, so I was off throttle there so that I can go quicker, but you can absolutely use the curbs at Alta now. Alright, now that's done, I think we have to go to race on the reverse track. I also think I turned up the camera because I'm looking a bit gloomy now. That's better.
is your super license. Tied to your select. This is where you
I have no idea what that means.
One of the great privileges of this job is touring some of the world's most beautiful landmarks, and today is no exception. We are in the Styrian Hills for the Austrian Grand Prix at Spielberg. Let's run you through the driver grid order for today's exciting race. Charles Leclerc lines up on pole position, and starting next to them is George Russell. Looking down the rest of the
The
grid,
animations they got for the drivers are slightly
Verstappen,
better this year
Hamilton,
as well.
Andrea Kimi, Antonelli, and Norris. Piastri, Tsunoda, Sainz,
Piastri
and
was
Fernando
hot.
Alonso. Stroll, Lawson, Alex Albon, and Hadjar. Ocon, Behrman, Pierre Gasly, and Jack Doohan. Hulkenberg and Gabriel Bortoleto completes the grid. It's almost time for those 5 red lights to go out then. Let's see who can prevail today. Welcome to the commentary box. I'm Alex Jakes. Alongside me...
All right, let's have a quick radio check, please. Radio check.
Yeah, copy that. That's clear.
Okay, pull the clutch in, hold it there until the start. Okay, clutch out, go, go, go!
Ooh. This is so strange. It's like a whole new track. Ah, I'm off. Whoa. I need to change the controls now. I'm getting those all wrong. Firstly, yep. Have a clutch for clutch. DRS there. Pit limiter is there. Alright, third time lucky through here. Ooh! Yuki! Ooh! Dive bomb!
Okay, DRS is now available.
Ooh! Well, that's a bad spawn.
Let's use overtake and burn off some of this energy.
intersection point.
Okay, no issues with tyre wear for now. Keep taking care of them. Ah! Baby Rewind Road. Oh, it's that Stroll. Okay, final lap. Let's go. Final lap.
Oh no. No. That trampoline is mine.
Thanks, mate.
Oh god, that's the
A
engine bug.
sensational drive once again. Max Verstappen takes the checkered flag.
Well, it's never easy and straightforward to put a race like this together today, but they did the best job out there. They used the information wisely, and they stayed on the track. That was the most important thing.
Materials look nice in the race suits.
It will be a moment to reflect, to gather their thoughts, and to enjoy all of their hard work on the podium. Well, we've seen
the animations
this one
are so
before.
much better.
Max Verstappen on the top step once again. And with that, we wrap up another weekend of motorsport. But with more races lined up, be sure to join us when we come back with more.
Okay, we've been live for nearly 2 hours. I think I'll give it another half hour. That'll wrap up, because then that's an hour and a half solid of playing 25. Let's play it on hard.
Previously, in Breaking Point.
You know, the first time you see a car, your car, alongside Ferrari, McLaren, Mercedes, that's what it's all about.
Aiden, listen. Between you and me, I don't think this team is right for me.
Callie Mayer becomes the first woman ever to win the F2 Championship.
What about your dad? Has he called to congratulate you yet, Callie?
Nope. Next question.
Devon Butler now. Oh, that's not good! Oh no! Devon Butler spins! He's out!
It was his hearing. He'd been keeping it from us.
Done.
I think maybe he'd been trying to keep it from himself. So if Devon, your son, can't drive, how about your daughter?
Callie Mayer becomes the first female driver of the modern era to participate in an F1 race. Here she comes! But there's contact between the two Connor Sport drivers!
Aiden, are you alright? It's just another Butler.
The two Connor Sport teammates not exactly doing each other any favours this afternoon.
What is Aiden playing at? Thought he was too good for the team. He just had a bit of an attitude problem.
Enough! It has to stop. Understand?
I must take care of the business, Kelly. Who do you think will inherit it after I'm gone?
Well, Devon, obviously. I wanted you to fight for me. He never listened to me. He always listened to you.
You know what it's like to leave all this behind, don't you?
That's the most difficult thing I've ever done.
I didn't choose this, Casper.
I've had an entire season of you whispering in people's ears. I'm asking you to leave the meeting.
You can't be serious.
This is not your team. And after today, it might not even exist.
Coming, Devon? Yeah, I'm thinking I might actually stay.
You all know what's at stake. If we race as individuals today, the team dies.
I'm sorry if I was ever.
I will forgive you on one condition.
What's that?
You get your share of the points.
Aiden's out! I heard.
Sure about this?
I'm sure about everything.
Is this a team order?
She's not going to make up that much ground. It can't be done. Just cruise it in, Cal. Trust me, you watch her go.
And to the checker flag for one final time. That is some race from Callie Mayer.
What an incredible performance by her today. Connor Sport, sure, will be very delighted with that one.
Well, here we are then, the final day of pre-season testing here in Bahrain.
It's been good, hasn't it, so far, Crofty? We've seen all the teams out there, putting in the miles, putting in the laps, and we come away from it still not knowing who's going to be the team to beat. It looks super competitive as always.
Now, you're not wrong, Ant. Red Bull and Ferrari have looked impressive, as expected, but it's Connor Sport that have really been the talk of the paddock so far this week.
Okay, Aidan, we've got some great data over the past couple of days. We're all really happy, but let's make this a big, strong finish, yeah?
Yeah, copy.
Right, we've gone with a brand new setup on the car here, so just use this lap to get accustomed to the changes, and once you feel like you're happy enough with everything, you can come back to the pits at any time to end the session.
Okay, sounds good.
Great, I'll leave it up to you. Oh, isn't it good to be back, Aidan? I've missed this.
Yeah, you know me. Just getting back into the swing of things.
Right, we'd like you to push it on this next lap, please, mate.
Can do.
Right, we'd like you to push it on this next lap, please, mate.
Can do.
Okay, mate, let's have some feedback on the car, please. How's it feel?
Yep, sure thing. The car's feeling great.
right, that's excellent stuff, mate. We're seeing really positive data from that run, so just when you're done, bring it back into the pits.
Copy.
Okay, Aidan, everything's looking good so far.
Nice to say,
And so do you.
Alton
Yeah,
Ricciardo.
this car is a rocket ship. You guys have made a beast right here.
That is confusing, right? This is Alton Ricciardo. Unless this is spread over the 24 and 25 seasons. There's Bottas as well.
I've already told Casper, let the car run a little wider out of turn 4. You can really extend the track there.
I don't know. We're already pretty close to track limits at that point.
Well, you're leaving time on the table, so just let it run a little wider. It's all
Yeah,
good.
but you're not the one behind the wheel, Dev.
We might be pushing our luck with this steward, so we'll have to side with Callie on this one.
Ask Casper, he'll agree with me.
Yeah, they're here now. Just give me a second. Devon, just a man. So we look through the data, and if we adjust the ERS harvesting rate, we should see some improvement on those turns.
Told you.
Right, okay, settle down. Got someone who wants to speak to you all. Right, they're listening now. Davidoff.
Good. So, as your new team owner, I thought it only right that I check up on my investments. And I'm glad I did. Casper's just filled me in on the lap times. I just wanted to say, well done. I'm impressed. But Red Bull's numbers are better, so there's still room for improvement.
Well, now we know what we're up against. I'm sure me and
Callie,
Aidan could...
don't have time to chat. All I wanted to say is that I'm expecting great things from our drivers this season. We all are. Just don't let yourselves down.
And no worries, Dad. We're all over it.
Good man. I'll fly out to Bahrain as soon as I can. Ciao.
Well, he's right, you know. With times like these, we could be real contenders this season. We had an incredible start to the 24 season. Better than any of us could have imagined.
And do you think any of that was down to Davidoff Butler buying the team?
Undoubtedly. I mean, Davidoff had a way of pushing people's buttons to motivate them, as he would call it. Besides, both his kids were a Connor sport, so if there were any disagreements, which there were, he could be very...
persuasive. He would always get what he wanted. Why do you think I sold the team to him at the end of 2023?
Ding.
Hey, boss, got a couple of minutes?
I won't do another scenario then, because there's a lot to that. Might have a go later tonight, but not on stream. So we get access to this, but the rest of it only unlocks in a month. Alright.
New wing, new side pods. Any changes to the floor?
Nothing the 8 other drivers wouldn't have figured out.
That's why they call me Lucky Number 9.
Listen, it's been a while since you've driven there, mate, yeah? The balance on these cars are tricky, so be careful turn 1 and 9. Won't want to see you get hurt.
How about we set a reasonable target? Give me the same setup as him. If I can't post a lap time within a second of JP's, then I will promptly see myself out, and you're free to take a shot at Lucky Number 10. 10?
10.
10.
Who's JP?
Be careful on the curb. Default mode, setting 1, 2, back to 3. Differential 1, 2, 4, DRS.
This is actually pretty cool for a scene, to be honest, in the film.
Okay, let's see what you got.
If he raced with Ruben, he raced with Schumacher, with Senna.
Right, Sonny, I'm not saying it's been a while since you've been in an F1 car, but, you know, it's been a while since you've been in an F1 car, so take it easy on this outlap and just get gently acquainted with the car, eh? Right, that is solid stuff, mate. I like it. Now I want to see if we can get you within a second of Joshua's time. So let's push now.
You okay? Yep, all good. Yeah, she's got something.
Yeah, you mean had something.
But definitely snappy in the high-speed corners. Unpredictable in the lows. Had trouble with the rears, turns 14, 16.
And the final turn, maybe?
No, that's on me.
What was his lap time?
He passed his entirely self-imposed test by 0.05 of a second.
Huh. Well, it's a start.
I might have a go at an online race. I've done an online race for a couple of games now.
Welcome to my team, where you're in control. First things first, choose what kind of experience. On the other hand, that's it.
Ah, so that's the only change you could have been off. Perfect. I mean, no Costa and no Mexico is a shame, but... if I accidentally like made the woke F1 calendar or something. I'll give you the chance to properly have a go. Wow. I mean, I know Apex did it, but wow, they've really got all out with the how they look. Like, they've got all out of the actors, haven't they? Right now, let's turn off. Turn off the champion icons. I can turn them on later. Of course, Buxton's now over at IndyCar, so...
As the owner of the newest team in F1, your first job should be introducing yourself to the
me.
team.
Probably the closest to me.
Now we know a bit more about... Hey there, my name's Andrew. I'm your head of personnel. Be useful for the team to know a bit more about your background. Give them a sense of how you intend to lead our efforts.
So this using AI to trace it across, that is nice. People manager.
And tell us a bit about this HQ. How well developed are the facilities here ahead of our debut season?
Hello, Mathis, head of your engineering facility. Let's discuss where we think we are in terms of car performance.
Hey, boss. I'm Anissa. I head things up in your corporate facility. Let's discuss our financial situation.
Right.
I think that's cool,
With all
because then
that
you've got a
out of
good
the way,
car.
Our next task is to finalize our team's visual
Everything else we
identity,
need to build up.
our official name and branding.
Couldn't be anything else. The old logo is still overlaid. Now it's faded out.
Next up, there's an amount of contract work we need to get nailed down. First, we need to settle on our title sponsor. This will represent a key source of income over the coming season. We have a few potential sponsors lined up. Each contract splits our income in 3 ways. A signing bonus that we receive now, a weekly income paid over the course of the season, and finally, a bonus at the end of the season, if we achieve the goals set out in the contract.
So, hang on. Bi-weekly. So, is there a difference, realistically, the costs or prices between all 3 of them? I think this one actually works out the best.
Secondly, we have to make a call on which engine supplier we want to work with this season. Generally speaking, our choices can be defined as a trade-off between performance and durability, with the caveat that neither come cheap.
And finally, let's talk drivers. Obviously, we need 2 of them. So let's start with our first one. Each driver's performance is measured in a number of ways. Experience counts for a lot, and drivers with more on-track experience will have an advantage over less experienced competitors. Racecraft describes a driver's ability to work their way through the
Interesting
pack
they've
to
got some
finish the
F3
race higher up
guys.
than where they started. Awareness represents the driver's skill at avoiding the steward's room. The higher this stat, the less likely they are to pick up warnings and penalties. Pace is a measure of sheer speed. Outside of battling their opponents, how good are they at pulling out consistent fast laps? All these stats contribute to the driver's overall rating, while focus represents their current state of mind and how well they're leveraging their rating out on track. All right, that's one driver locked down. Now let's pick their teammate.
Thing is, going with both the Apex guys actually is good in terms of having a good first season. Is there any reason why on the icons the uniform is much lower res than on the... Actually no, it alternates. There's some drivers where it's okay and some where it's not. Let's go with Hauger for the second one. Let's go for a
That all looks solid.
cheaper.
Good choices, and all within our budget. Feel free to review your choices if you want, but otherwise I think we can move on.
So I can play as Hauger.
Finally, we need to approve our race gear. Don't worry about sponsors just yet, we'll add them later. For now, let's just focus on the livery design and suits.
I think that's everything, boss. If you're happy with all of this, give us the nod, and we'll get everything moving. And if not, feel free to go back and review your choices.
Hello and welcome to this very special live stream. Great to be with you all because today we're going to witness history.
That's absolutely right, Natalie, because for so many years we've wondered exactly what 11 teams would look like on the grid. Guess what? Today is the day we find out.
And we are here at the team's state-of-the-art HQ. We'll be seeing their brand new car very soon, but behind every team, behind every car, there's one person central to it all.
Yes, and they're a really popular character up and down the paddock with great energy and years of experience in managing people to success. The question is, how will they balance that arm around the shoulder approach, all whilst having to deliver performance on track?
And we'll be seeing more behind the scenes as the season progresses. But of course, it is all about what happens on track. So, without further ado, let's see the fruits of their labor, the brand new 2025 car.
Well, thank you all for joining us. The team have done an incredible job. The car looks sensational.
It certainly does. Congratulations, and all the very best for the season ahead.
Welcome to your Team HQ. This is the hub of the team's operations, and it's probably worth having a look around, familiarizing yourself with the different areas you'll be responsible for directing. You can use these options to navigate around your HQ. Keep an eye out for notifications. I think Madison Engineering was looking for you earlier, and they were asking for you in corporate as well. You should catch up with them before we proceed further. Oh, and as you look around, keep an eye out for this message. It appears wherever you can summon more information. It's a very useful reference if you want to start digging into the finer detail of how the team functions. This is your activity schedule. Scheduling activities between race weekends lets you and the various
Ode of
facilities
self-reflection.
focus on specific areas of productivity. You can select the different facilities in your own schedule over here, and then select an activity for them to pursue. Picking the right people to work on the right thing at the right time can give us an edge when we really need it, so don't overlook the value of activities. You should consider setting some now, if you have time before the next race.
Hey boss, thanks for coming down. First GP's not far away now, and people are starting to roll off the project as we get more and more of the car locked down ahead of our debut race. We can't afford to lose momentum, so we need to start tasking people with work towards our first upgrade package. As it stands, we already have some resource points, data from testing, that we can use to kickstart our research efforts. We just need to know where you want us to start. Let's go pick an upgrade to research. This is where we choose our research projects. Research and development are split into 4 departments: aero, powertrain, chassis, and durability. Pick one of these departments and let's go choose the first research project you'd like us to tackle.
Oh, I don't have the bench.
Copy that. That feels like a good place to start. I'll get the research team on it.
Welcome to the personnel facility. All the money and technology in the world won't help this team if we don't have the right people in place, and this is where we focus on achieving just that. Obviously, some of the most crucial hires in the team are the drivers, and managing our relationships with both current and future drivers is a big part of what we do here. But the team is much more than just the drivers. Each facility is staffed by experts representing the top of their respective fields, and managing them is also our responsibility. Okay, this is the facility improvement screen. Here are the improvements you can currently schedule for this facility. You can access the other facilities and explore their improvements from these tabs. Some improvements need us to have completed other improvements first. If an improvement is blocked, it will be listed here, along with information on which improvements we need to complete first in order to unblock it. Each improvement will provide us with an ongoing benefit, but they each also increase the size of that facility. As the facility gets bigger, it will unlock higher levels of that facility, which in turn unlock further improvements for us to pursue. Okay, I'll book in a meeting with the contractors and we'll get that started.
Hello, boss, and welcome to corporate. This is the hub for the team's finances, our corporate identity, and for our ongoing sponsor relations. Speaking of which, it's important to ensure that our new sponsors are reflected in our team's livery before we head to the first race weekend. Select customization, and let's go finalize the livery design. This is our title sponsor, which are responsible for the bulk of our team's income. While much of that income is paid weekly, a large part is dependent upon us meeting our contractual obligations and hitting our seasonal goal. As we develop our relationship with this sponsor, we'll increase their loyalty, which over time can result in further benefits. That said, as our team's fan rating grows, we may be able to attract more valuable title sponsors. So, knowing when to prioritize building loyalty over the financial benefits of a more lucrative sponsor is something we'll need your guidance on. From here, this is where you can define the right. This is the decal editor, where you can apply sponsor decals to your. Use this selector to focus on different. Nice one. If you're happy with that design, then that's what we'll go.
Okay, seems like everyone has what they need.
Cool.
Invitationals, a cooperative event. Wait. Or you. For more info. Completing event objectives is a great way to earn extra rewards that will help you to progress. Events up. Welcome to the series screen. Each completing. Ranked is our competitive.
Yeah, let's give the welcome to F1 World a go then.
Delight.
I swear, this is the same as last year, right? Oh, it's got list of your friends as well, so it's good Charlotte in. it. Believe me.
Alright, let's focus now for the rest of the race. We can now use DRS. DRS now available.
The way of doing an overtake. See, here I was thinking Beast Anna was you, Anna. Yeah, I don't. Track limits. Well, I guess it's because of the Welcome to series. Apparently, there's an accessibility thing that gives you a little buzzer whenever you go over track limits. I haven't heard it yet, so I've got it turned on. Casual murder in Austria. You should know one of two things about that. I mean, sure, the guy who you overtook was drunk.
Final lap, final lap. Push,
But
push.
I have so many remarks I can make about that self-defense comment, Anna, but I choose not to because I show restraint. Also because I won't be caught saying them on stream. Ooh. Not blocking. It's one move and another move back afterwards.
Yes, good stuff. That is a good day's work. We hit the target and you brought it home cleanly.
The lack of driver names.
Well,
I did not pick my avatar.
celebrating in Spielberg, a deserving winner of the Austrian Grand Prix.
I think it's because it's the F1 World stuff, Anna, that it's not showing any driver
I mean, it looked
names.
like they were in a different category at points during the race, led every lap. I mean, what more can we say?
Welcome then.
Well, it looks things I need to do my avatar.
Well, I don't know if you're a fan of a
Nice one! You've just earned an upgrade. Upgrades can be equipped in... This is your upgrade. As well as new items. When you're equipping a new team member, you need to provide them with a contract. Each contract bestows a bonus mod upon that team member. Note, welcome to your fan zone rooms. These will be your go-to locations for the duration of the active F1 World season. Let's give you a quick tour. This is your room ID, which will help you identify this area. This is...
All right. Oh, we get a lot of Lewis Hamilton. Cool. Right. I need to go and run some errands, but... Okay, F1 25, first impressions, it's an F1 game. Yeah, that's pretty much it. The stuff that's new, it's alright. The track overhauls are good. The new braking point's alright. The way that F1 the movie has been integrated into it's cool. And the changes to my team seem beneficial as well. A lot more ways to play your own way. But outside of that, it's the F1 game. Thanks for watching, folks. Till next time. Bye for now.